Ever feel like you're an expert in the weeds of tech, but you're not sure how to get to that strategic 30,000-foot view? Well, today we're going to break down a workshop that claims it can make that happen. And get this, in just 2 days. All right, let's dive right in.
This is the big question, isn't it? It's the one so many brilliant technical people face. You've totally mastered the code, the architecture, the systems, but that jump to the boardroom, to thinking and acting like a CEO, that requires a completely different set of muscles, a whole new toolkit. So how do you actually make that leap?
And you know what? This isn't just a random feeling you have. It's a real thing, and it's called the AI leadership gap. It's that chasm between knowing how to build incredible tech and knowing how to use that tech to shape a market or define a business strategy. That's the gap we're talking about, and it's a huge one.
So the goal, the end game here, is to become this, an AI-driven leader. It's not about being the best coder in the room anymore. It's about taking that deep technical foundation you have and using it to see the bigger picture, to make those tough data-driven decisions, and to literally reshape your industry with AI.
Okay, so who's the perfect fit for this kind of intense transformation? Who is this really built for? Let's take a look. This table really nails the career pivot we're talking about. If you're a senior engineer, your next move isn't just about writing cleaner code. It's about shifting from code to strategy. For all you tech leads out there, it's about getting your team to see and work towards the big picture business goals. And if you're a product leader, this is your secret weapon for using AI to blow past the competition. And listen, this isn't just a Silicon Valley thing. We're seeing this need pop up everywhere, from the expected places like tech and finance, all the way to healthcare, e-commerce, and even manufacturing. The demand for this skill set is absolutely exploding across the board. So, the big question, how on earth do they actually pull this transformation off in just 2 days? Let's break down the journey. The way they've structured this is actually pretty smart. Day 1 is all about rewiring your brain. It's about shifting your entire perspective, from an engineer to a strategist. You learn to think like a CEO. Then, day 2 is all about action. You build your playbook with the tools, the workflows, and the ethical guidelines to actually act like one. Mindset first, then the playbook. Makes a lot of sense. And a playbook is useless without the right plays, right? A huge part of this is getting your hands dirty with the actual tools of the trade. This is not just theory. It's about building a real-world, modern leadership toolkit. First up, the tools that help you think bigger. We're talking about things like Napkin AI and Perplexity AI. These aren't your standard spreadsheets. They're designed to help you brainstorm, research, and connect ideas at lightning speed, letting you go from a rough concept to a solid strategy way faster than you could before. Next, you've got the tools that supercharge the actual development process. Now, as a leader, you need to know what's possible, and tools like GitHub Copilot and Testcraft are total game changers. They can seriously boost your team's productivity and the quality of what they build. And finally, the automation piece. This is where you find massive efficiencies. With tools like UiPath and Make.com, you learn how to automate all the repetitive grunt work, which frees up your team to focus on what really matters, innovation. Okay, so you've done the 2 days, you've played with all the cool new toys. What do you actually walk out the door with? What's the real, tangible takeaway here? It all comes down to one number, 4. The whole point is you don't just leave with a head full of ideas. You leave with 4 concrete, usable assets that you can put on your resume and use to level up your career, like immediately. So here they are. First, you get true, hands-on mastery of those cutting-edge tools. Second, you build a capstone project for your portfolio to prove you can do this stuff. Third, you get a whole bunch of frameworks and templates you can use on the job from day 1. And finally, and this is huge, you walk away with a personalized roadmap for your career. It's a complete package. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. What's the investment? For an individual, it's $500 for the whole 2-day experience, all materials included. And there's also a corporate option for teams, which is great because it includes custom content and follow-up support to make sure a whole leadership group gets on the same page.
You know, if you wanted to sum up the entire value proposition, it's this right here. 2 days of intense, hands-on learning is a massive shortcut. It saves you months, maybe even years, of trying to figure all this out on your own. It's an accelerator.
So, at the end of the day, it really all comes down to this one question. That gap between being a technical expert and being a strategic leader,
It's getting wider every single day thanks to AI. The only question left is, are you ready to cross it and become one of the people who actually leads the future of your industry?